Six Sigma is both a philosophy and a methodology used to improve quality, reduce cost, and increase customer satisfaction. Organizations around the world use Six Sigma to measure and improve a company's practices, systems, and performance. It identifies and prevents defects to meet and exceed expectations. Motorola introduced Six Sigma in 1987. Motorola's success with Six Sigma was so significant that the company was awarded the prestigious Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award in 1989. General Electric and Allied Signal also used Six Sigma to great benefit during the 1990s. ASQ reports that firms have saved billions of dollars since its inception because of implementing Six Sigma. At first glance, many believe that Six Sigma is just an updated version of total quality management. While it's true that Six Sigma shares many concepts with total quality management, it represents a more powerful, statistically based response to organizational problems. It incorporates many of the concepts introduced by the quality pioneers. You wouldn't be too far off base if you consider Six Sigma as total quality management on steroids. Six Sigma begins with customer orientation. It uses data and focuses on process and applies project management methods and drives for excellence. Statistically, Six Sigma means that for every million units produced, less than 3.4 to be exact, defects are generated. Few companies reach the coveted Six Sigma level. This is because quality is a journey that has no end, as perfection is the goal. Since I mentioned total quality management and there is a relationship with Six Sigma, let's spend some time exploring it. Total quality management, abbreviated as TQM, began as total quality control. I've also seen it called total quality, continuous improvement, and just quality. What something is called is not all that important. The underlying concepts are what needs to be emphasized. It's vital that you realize TQM is not a program because that indicates that it has an endpoint. TQM never ends, so the term TQM process is more appropriate. According to Feigenbaum's 1961 book, TQM stands on several pillars. Employees must pull together to meet or exceed customer needs, minimize variation, achieve reliability and consistency, and aggressively improve processes forever. A vital concept from his book is the notion of an internal customer. So let's move on and talk more about TQM. The elements of TQM are reflected in its title, Total, Quality, and Management. The first element, the total part, means that everyone at an organization plays a role and believes in what TQM represents and what it does. TQM covers processes that employees own, which are outputs for both external and internal customers and inputs from suppliers. Getting everyone involved is often a major challenge because some people will be resistant. They may view TQM as temporary and will not last. Someone once told me that at their company, the president made an energetic speech about TQM, but after 2 days, it fell to the earth like a deflated balloon. Others may say, TQM is exactly what manufacturing and quality control needs to get into shape. But I work in finance. TQM is not for me. Not so fast. Remember, TQM is for all employees. I don't think we need to spend any more time defining quality, the second element of TQM. We discussed quality at length earlier. The third element, management, may be the most important. Here's how to view the management aspect of TQM. First, top management must understand TQM, provide training for all, include all employees, especially finance, and perhaps most importantly, set a good example. Employees watch new ideas such as TQM very carefully to see if top management is really committed or if they are using the old do as I say, not as I do routine. An inconsistency between what they say, what they do, creates a credibility gap that undermines TQM in no time flat. Management must walk the talk. But TQM is more than just a top-down plan. Management must occur at every single level of an organization. Employees must manage themselves, and each person needs to manage one another. So self-management and helping your colleagues manage is essential. Before we continue, let me explain what I mean by manage. I have a cube on my desk that I received from a management workshop a few years ago. The words planning, organizing, leading, and controlling are on 4 sides of the cube. The other 2 sides have the name of my company and the workshop title. While this is not a class in general management, it's vital that we examine these 4 elements. First, planning is a key activity because it sets the stage for all subsequent activities. It defines what you want to accomplish and how you are going to get there. Planning consists of 2 things: a hard copy plan that states what you want to accomplish and the process you use to create your plan, brainstorming, reviewing data, and discussing the pros and cons of potential actions. Of the 2, the process is the more important. After your hard copy plan is long forgotten, perhaps crammed into a desk drawer or placed on a shelf collecting dust, the steps you need to take and that everyone remembers will be guiding lights for your plan. Examples of planning in TQM are the development of a mission statement, a continuous process improvement plan, and the TQM plan itself. Allow sufficient time for TQM implementation. It may take a few years before TQM is firmly in place. When applying TQM, all employees need to plan. Asking people to plan is often an eye-opener, since many have never developed a plan. Their standard practice is to either wait until someone tells them to do something or to react to situations. The good news is that with sufficient training, practice, and encouragement, just about anybody can learn to plan. Next comes organizing. Organizing uses a systematic approach to define the structure and sequence of the work that is needed. There is a strong relationship between organizing and planning, because if you don't know what you want to do and how you're going to do it, it's pointless to become organized. TQM benefits from a specific type of organization. Next is leading. Leading people is a challenge. A common situation is that too many people want to take a leadership position, or paradoxically, no one wants to. With TQM, people can lead in different ways, such as heading up a project, chairing a meeting, setting a good example, expressing an unpopular but needed opinion, or helping a team member. And then we have controlling. Control is a word that seems to rub people the wrong way. It brings up images of a boss breathing down your neck, just waiting for you to slip up and make a mistake so you can be corrected. This is a harsh way to view control. Instead, think of control as getting what you expect. When your plans come true, you need little or no control. A more formal definition of control is setting a standard, comparing results to a standard, and taking corrective action. Corrective action could involve taking steps to improve performance, reducing the standard, or doing both. Planning and control have a close relationship. Without planning, there can be no control because there is no standard to measure against. Control plays a major role in quality because of its original name, total quality control. But remember, use it carefully and exercise the right level of control based on your specific case. And now that you have a good idea of what TQM represents, let's identify and discuss the fundamental concepts. First, we need to improve processes constantly and forever. A few years ago, a senior buyer told me, "No matter what I do for my boss, it's never enough." I hate to say it, but I have to side with the boss on this one, although the boss should also give positive feedback. People who want to maintain the status quo don't help organizations grow. Employees in TQM organizations need to continually improve processes. Next, use mistakes as learning experiences. Of all the TQM concepts, this is the hardest one to follow. People tend to be overly self-critical, so they usually don't welcome mistakes. Also, many, maybe even most, bosses are not very forgiving when things go wrong. Next, TQM requires fundamental change. As an organization moves forward, people will make mistakes or missteps as they try new things. Hopefully, these mistakes won't cause bankruptcy. And finally, suppliers and customers play a role. Organizations don't operate in a vacuum. It's important to share quality concepts with suppliers and customers to help them establish TQM. This concludes our lecture for the day. I hope that you enjoyed learning more about quality. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.